Hey, what's up? It's Nathan here with thebtccourse.com, and in this video, I want to show you how you can accept both Bitcoin and fiat payments on your website by using Zaprite. Now, Zaprite is a little bit of a newer tool, so it does miss some of the basic functions and features of like a shopping cart. For example, you can't have recurring memberships at this point in time. Additionally, it's more structured for service providers and those that do invoicing. So if you have clients that you invoice, and you want them to pay with Bitcoin or fiat, well then Zaprite is perfect for you at this point in time. If you're selling products, it's a little more limited on its functionality, and we'll cover some of that in the video. However, I know that they're actively building and increasing the functionality of this tool. So if you are watching this video and you notice it's a few months old, why don't you check out their website, and I'm sure they've added more functions and features if you're selling products. But if you're selling services and you want to send invoices that can be paid with Bitcoin or fiat, well then I think you should check out Zaprite. And so here we are on Zaprite.com, and you can see Bitcoin payments made easy, and they offer a free trial right now, which is what we're going to be checking out. This is what the order form looks like. So you can see that it has a Lightning option, a Bitcoin or on-chain transaction, and then you could also pay with a credit card. So 3 different options, and we'll set all 3 up in this video. Scrolling on down here, so some other features of Zaprite. It's any wallet, so self-custody, custodial, on-chain, Lightning, single-sig, multi-sig. It supports all those different varieties of Bitcoin wallets. It's an integrated checkout, so accept on-chain, Lightning, fiat, all in one unified checkout experience. So you don't have to send somebody somewhere else in order to do a Bitcoin transaction. It's all through the same Zaprite system, which is very nice. If you've ever tried to accept Bitcoin payments and had to send them to some other location or anything like that, you don't have to worry about that with Zaprite, which is really nice. There's no server required, so they're going to host everything for you, and then it's easy to sign up. And then some more product features like invoicing, checkouts, and 0 transaction fees. So Zaprite charges you just a flat rate, and they're not going to make money off of you every time you make a sale, which is kind of nice, especially if you're a high volume type of person or business. You don't have to worry about them taking 3% of your Bitcoin every time that you make a sale, so that is good. Proof of payment, drop fiat, and so on. So anyway, we're just gonna go ahead and get signed up. So click on sign up, and I'm gonna start a 30-day free trial right over here. So I'll plug in my email, and they sent me a link. So I'm gonna go check my email real quick and log into Zaprite. And just like that, we are in the Zaprite dashboard. All I had to provide was my email address. And we'll take a look at this home screen in more details in a few minutes once we have some stuff going on. But first things first, let's come down to settings. And I just want to go over a couple settings real quick. So here you can go ahead and change your currency. So it supports, all the common currencies, because of course most people still function in like US dollars and not in Bitcoin terms. So you probably want to use the currency of your customer. You can add customer notes to the bottom of your invoices. So if you want a custom note or anything like that, you can put that there. And then you can also hide or show your organization name, email, address, and so on in any of the invoices that you send out. So you have those options to display that information or not. Coming over to billing now. So this is where you can go ahead and sign up for Zaprite, and you can see that it's $25 a month or $300 per year. Or if you pay annually, it's only $240, which equates to $20 a month, which is a 20% off discount. And also you can pay in Bitcoin, Lightning, and USD. So of course they accept Bitcoin on the Zaprite platform if you want to pay for your membership that way. Now coming over, here's company information. So this is where you want to go ahead and plug in your company details. So like the btccourse.com and phone number and so on. So that way all your official business information shows up on your invoices when you're invoicing your customers, or on your receipts when people buy products from you through your Zaprite shopping cart. And once you're happy, you can just hit update, and then we can go over to profile real quick. And here you can go ahead and change how your pages look. So you can go ahead and add your logo image, your brand color, your username, display name, and so on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll click on update now. And so there we go, my default settings are now set. Now let's go ahead and check out connections. So this is where you'll go ahead and connect to your Bitcoin wallets or Lightning wallets, or to your credit card processing company. And you can see our different options right here. So we have Bitcoin, which is our on-chain Bitcoin, which we'll set up in just a few minutes. We have LNbits, LND, Liquid, Strike. So this would be our Lightning that we're going to go ahead and use because I have a Strike account. There's IBEX, ZBD, Stripe for credit cards, which we'll set up. We have ACH network, SEPA, Interact, eTransfer, Unchained, Albi, And then they're also adding Cash App, Swan, Voltage, Blink, OpenNode, BTC Pay Server, QuickBooks, and more coming soon. So like I said in the introduction to this video, they're adding lots of functions and features to this tool, and they're actively growing their team. So I expect many more options in the near future. So anyway, let's go ahead and do on-chain Bitcoin real quick. So I'll do connect. And so what Zaprite wants us to do is add our extended public key. So add a label for this wallet and paste in your extended public key, your XPub, YPub, ZPub below, and then select your wallet's address type. Now, if you don't know what an XPub is, that's okay. What it is basically a key that's used to derive all of your public keys, so all of your public addresses. So this is kind of a sensitive piece of material that you don't want to pass out, because if somebody has your XPub, they can see all of your Bitcoin wallet addresses. Now, they can't access anything. They can't steal your Bitcoin if they have your XPub, but they can see all your addresses and then see how much Bitcoin is in all those addresses and then figure out how much Bitcoin you have. So it's probably a good idea to have an XPub that is unique to Zaprite, so that way you have your Zaprite Bitcoin stored over here in this wallet compared to like your main stack. And if you're not sure how to set up different wallets, I have links in the description down below. But for this particular example, I went ahead and I just set up a software wallet inside of Sparrow to use for demonstration purposes. And if you want to learn more about Sparrow, link in the description down below. But I want to come down to settings right here, and I can see my XPub or ZPub right here. So I'm just going to grab this right here, and I'm going to go ahead and paste it right there. And I need to add a label, so I'm just going to call this Sparrow Zaprite Wallet. And then it asks me what my address type is. So there's BC1 or 3. So if I come back up to Sparrow and I go to receive right here, I can see that BC1 is how mine starts out, right? And you can go to addresses as well, and you can see all the different addresses. So that XPub generates all these addresses right here that we can go ahead and use. So I plugged that in, BC1. And then I need to generate a receive address in your wallet and confirm the last 6 characters below. So BC1Q6A, and then it wants the last 6 digits. There's the rest of the digits, and it wants the last 6. So if we come over here, BC1Q6A, and so it wants the last 6 of this one right here. And so we'll grab that. It's rugs, so it's UGS8CN. So I'm going to plug in UGS8CN. And then I'll click on OK right here. And there we go. So now I can go ahead and select on-chain Bitcoin transactions through Zaprite. Now I just want to go ahead and connect to Stripe because I have a Strike account, which enables me to accept Lightning payments. So I'll do connect right here. And so then I just plug in my Strike handle. So it's Nathan Williams. And I agree to Zaprite connecting to my Strike account. And OK. And OK. So now I can accept Lightning Bitcoin payments. And then also I'm going to go ahead and be able to accept fiat payments. So we have Stripe right here. So I'm going to do connect. And I agree and connect. And I need to enter all my Stripe information. And there we go. My Stripe account is now connected. So I'll click on OK. And just like that, I can accept Bitcoin on-chain transactions directly into my wallet. I can accept Lightning transactions to my Strike account. And I can also accept credit card payments through Stripe right here. So now it's time to create products and or invoice some people. We're going to start out by creating a product that we can go ahead and sell. So we'll come up here to payment links right there. And now we're going to go ahead and do create a new payment link. And now we create the details of our product, ticket, service, or collect a donation. So I'm going to call this a book. And I could go ahead and upload an image of what I am selling here. Description. So you can add a description right there. You can allow customers to choose what they want to pay for this product. So if you wanted to do a donation or something like that, you could let the customer choose how much they want to go ahead and pay. We have our price right here. So let's say that I'm selling the book for $10. So I'll plug 10 there. If you want to add taxes, you can do that right there. And you can also go ahead and change the currency if you want to. So right here we have different currency options. And also we could allow people to buy multiples or only one or so on. And then internal note, so this is just a note to yourself of what it is you're selling. So if you're selling a bunch of different products and you want to, keep things organized, you could have internal notes to help you keep things organized. Require fulfillment, so if checked, orders will be marked as paid upon payment. You will then be able to manually mark the orders as complete. So if you're shipping a book, for example, you might want to only mark it complete once you've shipped the book out. So that would be something to do. And I'm going to go ahead and do that since I am selling a book in this particular example. Now we can ask the customer for different information. So name, address, email, or phone number. So depending on the type of information you need, you can check the boxes. So since I'm shipping something, I want the name, address, and email, so that way I can, ship the book to somebody. But if you're just collecting a donation, you might not need to collect any information, just their funds. And then we select the payment method right here. So default means that all your payment options are going to be on, or we can go ahead and customize it. So here we can customize what we want to accept. So in my example, I want to go ahead and turn on Bitcoin, and we want to turn on Strike, which is Lightning, and we want to turn on Stripe, which is credit card. Now, depending on the cost of your product, you might not want to turn on Bitcoin transactions, because if it's like a $5 thing, well, then it might not make sense to do an on-chain transaction because it's going to be eaten up by fees. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're selling low dollar value products, you might not want to keep your Bitcoin on-chain transactions open. You might want to turn that off and just do Lightning and or credit card. So I want to do Lightning first, so I'm going to drag that up there so that way it's kind of top and center. But if somebody wants to pay on-chain, they can, or if they want to use dirty fiat, they can. Now, if I want to add a premium to fiat payments, I can do that as well. Let's say I want to charge 10% more to anybody doing a credit card transaction, because Stripe is going to take, I think, 3% of the transaction. So they're going to take 3% of my money, whereas Lightning would be very minimal fees. So I prefer them to pay over Lightning Network because it's less fees. But if they're willing to pay 10% more to spend that credit card, then okay, so be it. And here's a little preview of it, and I'll just go ahead and click on save. And just like that, I have a payment link created. Now I can go ahead and view it. So I'm going to copy this, and we'll go ahead and view this payment link. And we can see the order form right here, so it's pretty simple looking. So we have the btccourse.com, $10, it's a book, and there's a description. And if I had an image, there would be an image over here too of the book. Here's my order information. So email, full name, shipping information, and so on, so I can ship my book. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this out real quick. And now we can select our payment method. So there's Lightning, Bitcoin, and card. I'm gonna go ahead and click on Bitcoin real quick, and we can see what it does. So it generates a QR code, so somebody could send this amount right here to our address right here, which is connected to our Sparrow wallet. So let me pop up Sparrow real quick, and let's go ahead and look at our addresses. And we have the Rugs HCN, so the Rugs HCN. So as soon as somebody sends Bitcoin to this address right here, this address will have been used, and it'll move on to the next address. So Zaprite will automatically move down, and it won't reuse the same address. So it'll be a unique address for each transaction, so that helps increase your privacy. And someone can't see how much money your business has made because they need to know all your different addresses in order to get the total amount. So there's the QR code. Now we'll go ahead and go back. Now if I wanted to pay with a credit card, I can click on card here, and we can see that it added a fiat premium for $1, and I can go ahead and enter my credit card information and spend $11 on the book instead of $10. So there's that option. But what I want to do is go ahead and pay with Lightning right here. So Lightning, and it's going to generate a Lightning invoice, and I'll go ahead and copy this invoice right here, and I'll load up my Albi wallet, and I'll go ahead and send, and I'll go ahead and continue. And there we go. That's how many sats I'm going to be paying. So pay now. Payment successful, and close. And just like that, my order is complete. You can see a summary. So I spent $10, which is 22,855 sats. And this is the Bitcoin rate and the methodology, which is Lightning. As a customer, I could go ahead and download the receipt as well. So if I want to copy, I could do that. Additionally, I got a bunch of emails pop up. So one is a customer, which contains the same information as my receipt, but I also got notified as the product owner that I sold a book. And so that's what it's like to sell a product through Zaprite. Now let's come back into the dashboard real quick, and I want to talk about invoices. So this is where Zaprite's mainly built right now, is for handling invoices. So if you're a service provider and you're going to charge a client some funds and you want to accept either Bitcoin or a credit card payment for the services you've provided, well then you can come here and you can issue invoices straight out of Zaprite. So right here, I went to invoices on the left hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and create a new invoice. And so we could go ahead and we need to select who we're going to send this invoice to. So we need to add a contact. So I need to go ahead and add my client right here. So I have Tyler as my client, and he'll be Tyler at the btccourse.com. And I can add all the other information that I need, like contact name and tax ID, billing information, and default invoice settings. So this is useful. So I can go ahead and select the appropriate currency and also the payment term. So due on receipt or 90 days or any other increment as you see right here. So I'm going to do due on receipt. I could also add a custom footer note just for Tyler here if I want to do that. So save. So now I have my client details right here, my invoice date, payment terms, which I thought I said immediate, due on receipt. There we go, due on receipt. PO number, so this will automatically generate, or I can go ahead and have a custom one right here. Invoice title, so this is for dental work. I provided dental work to Tyler. So my items and tasks, cleaned teeth. And the unit price was $150, quantity 1, discount 0, tax is 5%. And I can go ahead and add a description as well. You had dirty teeth, and I cleaned them. And we can go ahead and add another line item if we want. So let's say that we also created a retainer, and this is $1,000. And we did 1, but we got a discount on it, so 10% discount, and tax is 5% still. And so we have 2 items on our invoice. So choose your default checkout or customized payment options. So we can go ahead and customize it. And we have Bitcoin right here. I'm going to turn that one off and turn on my Sparrow one. And we're going to turn on Strike, and we'll turn on our credit card option as well. And we won't add a premium to the fiat payments this time. We will remember this configuration for Tyler. We can add a customer note if we want to. And this is a preview of what our invoice will look like. So this is what it looks like. And we'll go ahead and come up to the top here and click send. And it gives me a couple options here, so I can go ahead and email straight from Zaprite, or I can share, and it'll give me a shareable link. I'm going to click that. And so here's my link that I could go ahead and send to Tyler. So I'm going to copy this, and we'll check out what it looks like. And so here we go. Here's my payment request. So I send this link to Tyler. He's looking at it. He's like, yep, you cleaned my teeth and you created a retainer. Yep, these are the costs and pricing that we had. And then I'd go ahead and click on pay invoice. And we have a summary over here. And we could also select Bitcoin, Lightning, or credit card, just like when I was selling the book. So same type of functions and features and so on. So that's how invoicing works within Zaprite. Let's come back in here and close out of here real quick. So as you can see, I have all my invoices right here, and I only have one, but you can see the status of it, that it's sent, and if it was paid, then it would say paid. If I come over to orders, we can see the orders that have been made. So there's somebody ordered a book right here, and we can see the amount they paid and so on. We can see all the transactions right here as well. And so all the information is in one spot. Additionally, you can go ahead and download this as a CSV, so you could upload it into your tax reporting software as well. So it makes it a lot easier to keep track of all the Bitcoin payments coming in and converting them to fiat and all that type of stuff, and filing taxes and keeping track of your cost basis and all that type of information. We of course have your contacts, so I added Tyler here. And of course you could add additional contacts as you need to. And we've already gone through connections as well as settings. The last thing we have is tasks right here, and I'm honestly not sure what a task is or how they work. Otherwise, I would go ahead and explain it to you, but I'm not quite sure what tasks do. But I think I covered the core basics of how you can sell a product and also how you can send invoices to your customers. And again, Zaprite is offering a 30-day trial, or in my case, it's 52 days it looks like. So a good trial. So if you want to, test it out, you can definitely do that. They have not given me any money. I'm not part of Zaprite or anything like that. I just think it's a really cool and useful tool, especially for those that provide services to individuals, and being able to send invoices that accept Bitcoin, I think can be really, really useful. So other than that, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, I appreciate any sorts of likes, comments, subscribes, anything like that. And or please check out thebtccourse.com. It's a completely free website with Bitcoin related training and blog content. And it's just my way to try and give back to the Bitcoin community. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of the day.